Hey everybody, it's Tarina with Create Your Three. That's me. How are you guys today? I am going to be using this month's club transfer, and it is called postage stamp. Postage stamp. And not that I don't love an owl, but I don't love owls as much as I love Christmas. And so we are going to take and add this nativity scene. If you are wanting to get info on club or get this nativity set right here, this picture, picture. This is something that I had created, and so it's free. It's a free printable for you. Just put nativity in the comments, and I will get that to you. Okay. But I printed this out on my printer, and we're going to add it instead of the little owl guy right here. We're going to actually make this a nativity one. Today I'll be using the surface that came with the kit. So in your kit, you get the transfer that I just showed you, and then you get this guy, and then you get an ink as well. It's a beautiful project by itself, but I want to zhuzh it up a little bit. Okay. Again, if you want any information, put nativity in the comments, and I'm going to get that to you. Let's go right here. All right, there we go. Hello, everybody. If you're watching on the replay, just put hashtag replay. And again, nativity in the comments if you want this information on getting this project, and you'll also get that nativity printout. Okay, so how I determined how big to make my my print, it's about the same size, right? So what I did is I just cut out. I used parchment paper as a template, and I just traced around it so that when I print out my my printable, I make sure it's going to fit in that size. And if I need to, I can trim off a little bit on the sides. Not a big deal. All right. I'll set that aside really fast. Let's see. I am using dark blue. We're going to paint this dark blue and then bright white. So I don't know. I love this this shimmer. This is like a midnight shimmer. And then this was a color of the month from last year. It's called Midnight. So I don't know if I have enough of this left, but I do want to use a dark blue. Let's see, let me grab some scissors. I hope you guys are doing good today. Like I said, I have several ideas for this project, and I know I'm kind of getting a late start. Oh, also this ribbon comes with it, but we're not going to be using this ribbon. I love this ribbon; it's really pretty, but we're not going to use it. We're going to use something else. I'm getting kind of a late start on my club this month, but that's okay. Totally fine. Because it's not necessarily just this month that you can use this. The idea is that you can use your transfer multiple times. So definitely you can use it any month. And all right, so I'm just going to give this like a base color. You could use Cadet. I know there's other colors out there, and you are welcome to use that. You can honestly use acrylic paint if you have acrylic paint. I just have chalk paste, so that's what I'm using. Like I said, this color is from last year, so it's pretty thick. So I'm adding some distilled water. You don't want to use just regular water because it has minerals and stuff, and minerals and stuff can definitely cause mold because this is a natural, the paste is a la natural, and over time you can collect mold with those minerals. Okay, so just use distilled water in when you if your paste is just too thick. I hope that makes sense. I'm trying to do, this past weekend we did gift giving ideas. And so I'm kind of going on that where I'm just making different things for different people or a gift for yourself. totally fine. But I have a lot of people on my gift giving list, and I like to make things for people. So this would, somebody like I collect nativities. So if you know somebody that collects nativities, this might be a really good idea for them. I don't know if I told you this, but we're also going to be using Mod Podge. Okay, so make sure you got some Mod Podge. But again, anything you create, it makes really great gifts. Okay. And honestly, you can use exactly what this project came with and make it for somebody. I think they would really appreciate it. I'm going to set that aside really quick. I'm going to grab a wipe because I want to wipe up the paste off my table. The paste will wipe up with, just a wipe or water. Really easy. I'm going to grab my heat tool. We're going to dry this really fast. Beautiful color. All right, so I'm going to grab out this sparkle, I think it's called, I can't remember the name of it, and I can't remember where we got it. I think it was a color for, I want to say chalk-on, or it's a special color though. It wasn't one that we bought. So I'm thinking it was either chalk-on or, it needs to be wet down a little bit. A little bit of, I don't want it too thick. All right. I love the shimmer in this though. Kind of reminds me of like a starry night. I'm not trying to get it too thick. If you have any questions, just put them in the comments. And if you want any of this project info, just put nativity in the comments. And make sure you're sharing because I love to send out happy mail. If we get some shares on this, I will definitely pick somebody and send out some happy mail. And if this gets too thick, you can always just spritz it with water a little bit. I just want to show you there's a different way of doing it. You don't necessarily have to spritz the paste in the jar. But I love that there's like this little gold flecks in this paste. It's beautiful. Almost Thanksgiving, you guys. Almost Thanksgiving. What are you guys doing for Thanksgiving? We're actually going to a couple of different places for Thanksgiving. One, we're going to my sister's for lunch, and then we're going to some friends for dinner. Really excited about that. Let me grab the wipe again, and we're going to clean up the table real quick while this is drying. Okay. Grab my heat tool once again. I feel like when it's drying, like when it dries, the gold flecks even come out more. Now you want this really dry. You really want this all dry. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to grab out some, I know I've got a rag here somewhere. I'm going to grab my surface wax, and I am going to wax my surface because it's painted or we used paste on it. You want to make sure that you wax your surface. Let me heat this a little bit. It's been kind of cold in my craft room, so heat up my wax just a teeny tiny bit. Now, when you wax, somebody was talking to me about how they were a little scared of waxing. You don't need to be scared. There's nothing that you can't mess this up. You just put a little bit of wax on a rag, rub it on, and then you're going to buff it off. Okay, not buff it off, but you're just going to buff it. And you're going to feel your surface, and it's nice and smooth. Now, if you get that tacky feeling, it goes with your fingers, then you've got too much wax on. Okay, so just sit and buff it a little more. What the wax does is it helps so that your transfer doesn't stick to your surface. And it also, like, depending on the surface that you're using, it gives some teeth to the surface to hold on to that chalk paste. Now we know what surface this is. Also, it helps so that the paint does not stick to the back of your transfer. So I know what surface this is, and I know it's wood. It's a permanent surface, and so, but because we painted it, we want to make sure that the transfer releases and doesn't pull up any of that paint, or in this case, it's chalk paste. All right, because this is the first time we're using it, we're going to want to fuzz our transfer, and this just destickifies it just a little bit. I'm using one of my fuzz claws. When they're brand new, they're sticky, and that's what we want. Okay. The next time we use this, we don't need to fuzz it. All right, we're just going to center this on. Hope you guys can see this okay. All right. I'm using bright white paste. Let's stir this up. Again, if your paste is a little thick, just grab some distilled water. Just add a little distilled water and stir it up. You want the thickness about yogurt. I've got a lot of white jars open. I never know which one I need or which one needs to be water added to. But see how quick that was? Let's add just a teeny bit more. Real quick. See how pretty that is now? It's nice and smooth. All right, let me grab my squeegee. Don't want to waste any. Okay. Now, it doesn't matter if I go over that middle section, just because I'm going to cover it up anyway. Smooth it on, cover up all of the screen. Right. Okay, any excess goes back in the container, just like that. And then I'm just gonna scrape off any excess and back in the container. Let's pull this guy up. That's pretty. That's pretty. Look at that. I'm gonna stick this on the backer sheet and then I can wash it. Let's dry this real fast. I've got stuff all over my hands, so I'm just trying to wipe it up real fast. And grab my heat tool. Let's dry this. Okay. So now I'm going to grab my print that I did, and then I'm just going to cut this out. I'm going to go right up to that image. Just like that. And I think what I'm going to do is just trim just a tiny bit on the sides. Again, I've got my template. So if you make yourself a template, kind of trim up just a bit. Okay. And I think I want to actually add a little bit of white paste to kind of fill in a little bit. I'm telling you, I have all sorts of white chalk paste jars. Let's see if there's one. I just kind of want to fill in a little bit up here and like around that edge. Just give it a little more continuity, I guess. It might take 2 swipes of this. And I'm trying not to be too perfect because it is very like vintagey looking. Again, if you guys want any information, just put nativity in the comments and I can get that for you. Pretty. I love this transfer. It's so pretty. Now I've gone down around a couple times. All right. Turn this around. Okay. Let's try that real fast. Let's see what we've got. Trust the process. Let's go a little bit more on the side to give it a little bit more of a frame. There we go. I just wanted to see a little bit more of the white on both sides. That's pretty. Okay, so let's grab another paintbrush. Paint our surface with the Mod Podge. Trying to give it a nice coat. Okay. Like a little funky. Okay. Now let's go over the entire image. Now with Mod Podge, if you're not familiar with Mod Podge, once it dries, it will dry clear. Okay. So you don't have to worry about it being cloudy. Do a little bit of gunk right there. Okay. So it will dry clear. And it obviously does take some time to dry. Okay, that is going to be very pretty. Here we go. That's going to be really pretty. Okay, we're going to let that dry. It's going to take some time. Okay, so don't think that this is going to be dried and done. It might take an hour or so. Okay, but the one thing I do want to add to, I'm making a mess over here. I do want to add like a ribbon of sorts, and so I actually got some fabric, and we're gonna make a fabric ribbon just out of white because I feel like Christ was wrapped in swaddling clothes, and so I just have some muslin fabric, and I want it to be like this, the swaddling, I guess. Alright. I don't want to mess that up. Let me move that to the side. Okay. I don't want it to be super thick. About a 1 inch to 1.5 inch, because then it's like kind of, I like the torn look. Okay, I'll flip this over. And the board already comes with holes at the top. So all you're going to do is pop that through from behind. I'll do the same thing on the other side. Beautiful. Trim that down just a little bit. All right. What do you guys think? What do you think? Now, again, that's not dry. It'll dry in about an hour. And then I'll take a picture. I think that was really, really pretty. Let's take here. Hello, friends. Okay, seriously, 30 minutes, and we've got this adorable, beautiful project with this month's club. And again, it's kind of muted right now just because it needs to dry. You could take this and once it's dry, spray the rest of it, and that will be protected. Just use some polyacrylic. That would work really well. Really pretty. So love it. Do you love it? If you want any information on this project, just put nativity in the comments and I can send that to you. I hope you enjoyed this. This has been Tarina with Create with Tree. That's me. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.